Someone who literally just sits here and says, I'm just gonna watch someone else's work all day. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just watch this video. And I'm just gonna talk over it. And I don't really have much to add. I'm gonna make a joke every once in a while, or have a reactionary face like, hey, stupid reaction, or whatever, right? I don't think that that's valid content. And I never have. And I've told you guys that over the years. That's why I don't want to do that. And everyone does it, by the way. Take a look at any content creator, from the smallest of the small to the biggest of the big. When they have a day when they just don't want to do any work, they do a react video. Okay? It's called lazy.
Yesterday,
I'm serious.
There's a Sailor Mercury cosplay as a jump scare. No, I never want to see that ever again. I'm going to strike that from my memory. Green Goblin says, would you give an open invitation to Pro Jared for an interview? I think if you treat interviews as redemption, the positive rise and fall, then it can be successful. See, like, here's the thing. Would I like to maybe interview him one day? But, yeah, but here's the thing. Like, I think I would rather interview him, about his life, about how he's doing, his content that he wants to put out, his passion for games. To me, that interview would make a lot more sense and be more interesting than any interview about that drama that he went through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to ask him questions about his Tumblr. I don't want to ask him about what happened with his ex-wife. I want to ask him about what's he up to today. What does he think about the state of gaming? What's he going to do with his channel? You know, that's more interesting to me. But that's not what people want. When it comes to someone like him, it'll be like, if you don't ask him about all that drama shit, we don't care. You're a terrible interviewer, right? That's so stupid. You know what I'm saying? It is so dumb. But that's how people are on the internet. So would I like to interview Pro Jared for my upcoming series, DSP Asks It? Sure. But it's not going to be the kind of interview that the drama queens want. It would be a much nicer interview than that, that's for sure. But then again, I don't know if he would ever want to be interviewed by me, why he would even care, you know? Able to piece through it and understand, as opposed to just making knee-jerk reactions, which a lot of the internet sounded like they did. In reality, I feel, and this is a full 180 for me, a lot of people crapped on me and said, oh, you see, you were one of the earlier people who crapped on Pro Jared, and then he vindicated himself on the internet. And, you know, now you should apologize. And I'm like, I never crapped on him at all. He crapped on me on Twitter years ago. All I did was quote tweet him and clap back to some extent. I never accused him of anything. I never made a video about the guy in any negative light whatsoever. If anything, I'm the person who was the nicest to him, because I just said a few random things on Twitter and left it at that. While other people were literally making strings of content about this guy that was all unfounded and based on hearsay, and then eventually ended up getting cleared up via these receipts, right? And so, if anything, I think it's the rest of the internet that owed the guy an apology. Not, what did I do? A couple nasty tweets versus people making giant, elaborate videos about the guy basically destroying him. People calling for him to be canceled and arrested and stuff, right? It's pretty messed up. Bloomkid did his... I did not say no to everything. What are you talking about? I absolutely did not say no to everything. I'm very much liking Hogwarts Legacy. I think it's great. There are many popular police interrogation videos. You know, that's funny that you say that, because I know I've watched a couple of those with my wife once or twice, where there was like a criminal and they were investigating them and trying to get them to admit it, and it shows the process of how an interrogator breaks someone down. Those are interesting, but from what I'm to understand, again, YouTube has issue with those. Like, there was this one channel that I guess stopped uploading for years because YouTube regularly demonetized and or blocked their videos, claiming that it was like a privacy issue or something like that. I mean, those interviews were public record, and YouTube was flagging them as privacy issues. How does that even make sense? It doesn't, right? Little Crow... Excuse me. Bloomkid did another super chat saying, right opinion is the name is a gag, but good videos. All right, I'll have to look into that. I'm getting some different suggestions here. If anyone here watching this on demand has suggestions for the next long form react, please leave a comment. Let me know. Let me know what I should consider doing. Paul, no. What on earth? Paul, let me explain something to you. I don't care about my detractors at all. I just don't. I don't give a shit about them. Okay? They're the furthest thing from my mind. They really are. They're the furthest thing from my mind. I don't think about them at all. He just asked me, do I watch all these documentaries about other YouTubers because it takes the heat off of me with my detractors? No, I don't care. I don't care what they do. I could not care less. For different reasons, and I understand if you think that's funny. What about a video history about MMO games like World of Warcraft? I mean, yeah, but the problem is when it comes to that stuff, you know, how interesting would that be? Here's what we found, okay? When it comes to these documentaries that are very factual, very dry, factual documentaries, they appeal to people who maybe really like that content. For example, 2 weeks ago, not yesterday, but the week before, I reacted to a "Do you know or did you know" gaming video about Street Fighter 2, and all these facts about how the characters' names are flipped, and you know they're very similar to characters from other things. It was fascinating, and then people were like, "Wow, that was boring. Skip it." I was like, "Huh?" And what I found is anyone in my chat who likes Street Fighter loved it, and everyone else who's not into Street Fighter was like, "I hate this." So I think sadly those videos are definitely for the audiences that they're directed at. I don't think that video, for example, is a general audiences style video that everyone would like. So, you know, those documentaries you gotta be a little careful with. You know, but the more you bombard people with this very bland factual data, I don't think that's as interesting as something that has some kind of a story to it. You know what I'm saying? Facts versus this ongoing narrative. I'm pretty sure a documentary called Gothic King Cobra is probably about that guy we watched cooking yesterday, if you guys want me to make fun of. Right? I don't think we're going to be watching that one. Oh, shit. Wow. I hope this coffee hits me. Listen to me. I am like falling asleep. This is bad. There's this long term, maybe a react to show. You're doing it with someone else. We watch. It's like a watch along, where you wouldn't necessarily see what I'm watching here, but I would live react to it, and other people would be watching along with me. Sadly, I hate to say it, it's not going to be feasible. Like, let's say for example, we're going to do a watch along today of the Street Fighter movie from the 1990s. Do you have any idea how much of an undertaking that is? Right? Like, everyone would have to find it somewhere. Everyone would have to click play at exactly the same time for the commentary to align. No one would ever be able to pause because that would screw it all up, right? What about different versions? If someone's watching it in one language or another, that could change it. That could change the running time because sometimes they stretch it out. You know, they could cut scenes out in certain versions. It's a kind of a pain. Unless we were all watching exactly the same thing. Like, I think YouTube has movies on it that maybe we could watch together. But again, we wouldn't watch them. I'd press play and I would just commentate over them. But again, I don't know. I prefer, if we're going to watch something together like on YouTube and we're going to learn from it together or comment on it together versus watching like heavily copyrighted TV shows, movies, and things that potentially have a lot of risk involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, the less risk, definitely the better. So I guess that would really be, how do we find the sweet spot? What's entertaining and fun, but also isn't going to present a lot of additional risk, right? They had those on Twitch, and even then I didn't want to do them because the way I saw it was, listen, on any given day when I do a stream, I probably get anywhere from 200 to 400 viewers, right? If you do a watch-along event, likely because of regional problems with being able to watch the source material, and all of that, just the fact that if you join late, you probably wouldn't even want to watch because I'm in the middle of a movie, right? I would guess we'd get like 50 viewers or less. Like, I don't think that would be a thing that would be demanding. You know, I don't think there would be a lot of demand for that at all. I think people, the contrary, it's not easy to do, you know? Slayer says, yeah, maybe further on. Maybe as I start to phase out more gameplay later on down the road. I guess so. I guess that is an issue. Okay. Any last chance, everyone, because I'm beat. I gotta start wrapping up. I'm so tired. And I gotta do the daily wrap, and I gotta start uploading and everything. So, last chance.